Dense woods and steep bluffs to the north and south frame the Boardman River Valley at the Brown Bridge Quiet Area, where the river flows free and eagles fly overhead. As Steve Larchin explains, a footbridge built by the Boy Scouts in the 1970s once connected the trails on the north and south sides of the river.
The Boy Scouts built a bridge back in the 70s, but it had pilings in the river, and the debris jammed up against those support pilings, and the bridge washed out shortly after. And so there's always been a desire to have a bridge at that location again. The city has always been wanting a bridge there, and it's always hasn't really been reality until Richard Becker was gracious enough to donate a spare bridge that he happened to have sitting at his house.
Just how a steel-truss footbridge that's 5 feet wide and more than 50 feet long got through the woods, down that bluff, and on top of 2 big cement piers is quite a story.
How to get a bridge into a remote location, then the first thing we thought about was a National Guard helicopter. And so we were able to work with Senator Carl Levin's office at the time when he was still in office to reach out to the Guard, and they were receptive to it. But unfortunately, that fell through because the National Guard had other priorities, such as the fire over in the Grayling, and some other issues came up that they had to postpone that. And so our plan B was to cable the bridge down in. We thank Sid and Melody Hamill of Ranch Rudolph for allowing us to store it in their pasture, in which was plenty of room for the helicopter to pick it up. And then he also brought it down here by tractor to the site. And then we got it off the road, and we had to then shimmy this 54-foot long bridge through the woods to this point. And that took a little bit, took about a day to do that, but we got it here.
In addition to donating the bridge, Richard Becker volunteered to design a solution for getting it down the steep slope, applying his many years of experience in the tree service business.
So I mentioned to him that we could possibly install a support wire like they use on the telephone poles from one pine tree to another, and use pulleys and just slide that bridge down in place. And so we connected it from one pine tree to the other using eye bolts drilled directly through the tree. And the span is roughly 660 feet. So it was quite an undertaking. It was actually a lot of fun, to be honest, and had its challenges, but we were able to secure the lines between the 2 trees, and then behind the 2 main trees we put guy wires, and they connect to the back side of the eye bolts that hold the line together, and then are anchored to other trees approximately 50 to 60 feet back.
I also have to thank Jim Carpenter from Cherryland Electric. They donated the cable, and their engineer, we told him what we were trying to do. He looked at the specs. I've never heard of the term catenary sag, but I know what a catenary sag is now. It's the natural sag that a power line will do. But the engineer from Cherryland came out, took a look at our setup, and gave it a thumbs up, and so we felt confident everything would hold.
Cherryland Electric Cooperative also provided testing equipment to check the tension of the wire, and as the project proceeded, there were more hurdles.
There's some challenges there. The pulleys, great pulleys, again donated by Cherryland, but the bridge found to be a little unstable, the balance point, and I noticed that the pulleys ended up being on a bit of an angle. They weren't true to the line, and that's where we got some friction involved. But we managed to get it down to where it needed to go.
That line sag caused a real challenge, but volunteer leader Al Strange applied a little engineering and lots of muscle to guide the bridge to the final goal.
You know, the goal is to allow people and to be able to utilize the trail in a more whole way, to cross the river and be able to understand a little bit and experience the beauty of Brown Bridge, and also then learn a little bit about dam removal, natural river flow, and a little bit of stream ecology.
I think it's just a great asset to our community, and thanks to everybody involved that now this trail will be connected. And it is absolutely beautiful down there. That Grasshopper Creek, I've seen bald eagles 3 times out here, deer. People really need to come out and take a walk around this trail.